feel that you are kind of the ambassador, French ambassador, French culture, French language when you perform abroad?
You know, I like to share my music, so it sounds maybe a bit egoist, but the first thing was being curious to know if there's an audience for my music and share these songs with this audience. And then when it can help the French language in I don't know, because there are some schools where they learn French through my songs or so great. That's great if it opens les frontières, the borders of our language. But so it's a nice title, but it's a title. I mean, you know, I do it more because I want to share what I do.
And what about the special relations or Russian influence in your work, in your song, in your music? You are so popular in Russian Israel, of course.
I went there 22 years ago, and I don't know, it was maybe the right time, and they always loved French music, so I was there, I did a TV show, and then they asked me to do some shows, so I said, of course. And when I went there, we did, I don't know, 4 nights, and there were like 15,000 people every night. So it was very surprising. So they love French music. Like I said, it was maybe the right time to be there, and they love my story of my life. You know, trying to fight in your life to do what you love, and they feel very close to me, and they're very faithful, and every time when we do a tour, we're playing there. So it's very important to be present in a country.
I've read somewhere that you have many gays fans. This is true?
Yeah. Yes. It's, I don't know, maybe it's the androgyne side and the low voice, I don't know, but it's true that in different countries it's very, yeah. And it's great because they are very tasteful, so I'm happy about that. The TV, they just showed three men, and I said, come on, in my life I know more than 3 men. So that was what I said, and I didn't say I don't believe in, comment dire, relationship. No, but it's of course it's very difficult. I said I don't believe in love toute une vie, a whole life. Because, first of all, it's a bit too late now, because not that I not believe in love anymore, but a whole life. It's, and now, I don't know, it's, the generations are different, and it's nice to know when somebody is, I don't know, getting married at 21 and they're still together 50 years later, but it's very rare. So this is what I said, but in my situation, of course, it's difficult to have a relation because I'm never there. All my life, I always like to do sport. I always like to dance, and before a tour, I always do a lot of exercise. And on this tour, I did 150 hours of dancing. So this helps. And. But I have to say, I was very lucky because my mom and my dad gave me, you know, they were very thin and they gave me this, so I'm not having so much problem about weight. And but like I said, I always like kind of doing sport, and so and I hope that when I'm 64, I'm still dancing around.
Can you tell us a little bit about the work with Albert Elbaz, the costumes, which are...
Yes. When we started to work on Cabaret, the show, it's always very difficult. I don't know. but for a French artist to work with a designer, because they always like to work with don't know, American big international artists, but France it's a bit difficult. And when we start to work on the show Cabaret, I said, because I love what he is doing, and I have some clothes of his collections, and I said, well, what would be great is to have Albert Elbaz for this show, because he has this touch of modernity and very femme fatale, but in a way a bit rocky, in a way the accessories are very interesting and everything. So I said, oh, I'm going to ask him, and I was very surprised. In French we say c'est la cerise sur le gâteau, it's the cherry on the cake. If he says yes, and he did it. So and it was great, because we saw each other a few times to explain the show, to explain that I have to move and everything, because the clothes are not done for that normally. So and yeah, so it was great, because it gives the chic touch to Cabaret. Yeah. Oh, I arrived last night at 2 o'clock, so I haven't seen nothing. So now I have the press conference, and then we go to Jerusalem to take a little time to visit.